the companies are there and if the industry is there here only, most of the people will be in India only. Then we can completely go beyond the borders or something like boundaries. We can tell it as every ball, or at least with some balls we are always defending. From independence we are keep on defending. Okay. Okay, I'm deviating the topic, something which is completely out of the box, but it is completely relevant to this topic. It is completely relevant to the renewable energy. I'm telling you, I'm trying to bring out the importance of renewable energy sources and how it is going to get the benefit of it if our India is going to nurture and also prosper. And next, coming to that one, and this is the main reason where we are getting the birth of the renewable energy sectors. Okay, now discussing about what are the advantages of renewable energy. So first point, everybody know that the renewable energy won't run out. That is the main point we are having. Second one is maintenance requirement is low. And the third one is renewables save money. And here these points you can be seeing that once the PPT is shared with you. So here only I will discussing about the points number 1, 2, 3 because these are all the self-explanatory. And in exam point of view, you can write that basic one. The fourth one is the renewable energy has numerous health and environmental benefits. And also here we must discuss this one. The renewable energy generation sources emit little to greenhouse gases or pollutants into the air. This means small carbon footprint and overall positive impact on the natural environment. When compared to the diesel and the petrol and the kerosene, where you have a lot of emissions we are getting, NOx, SOx, CO2, CO, and all the emissions, we can control this one by using the renewable energy sources. That is what is discussed in point number 4. Next, point number 5 is renewables lower reliance on foreign energy sources. So this is the reason I went to somewhat more extent. With renewable energy technologies, you can produce energy locally. The more renewable energy you are using for your power needs, the less you will rely on imported energy, and more you will contribute to US energy independence as a whole. So this point I will be rectifying it as, instead of US energy independence as a whole, we can write it and you will be contributing to India energy independence as a whole. Okay, coming to the next slide, what are the disadvantages of it? What are the disadvantages we are going to deal with? So here the basic point where we are getting is, for installing the windmills or installing the solar things and all the things, the higher upfront cost will be there, because while you can save money by using renewable energy, the technologies are typically more expensive upfront than the traditional energy generators. To combat this, there are often financial incentives such as tax credits. This is the main point we have to understand. The central government is providing the tax benefits for using the solar panels, and also while using the wind energy, while using the, or at least by setting up the different plants. So here available to help elevate your initial cost of renewable energy. So here the main drawback will be the higher upfront cost, but it can be neutralized by the subsidy taken from the government. So it will be done. And also next one is the intermittency. So what is meant by intermittency means, suppose the sun will not be available for the night time, and also tides, waves will be coming more on the full moon and also no moon time. And also here you can be focusing that though renewable energy sources are available around the world, many of those resources aren't available 24/7 year round. So this is the main drawback what we are having, because in the rainy season we are having 4 seasons, and in Russia we can see. So a lot of differences will be there, and which one we have to utilize, how we are going to utilize, that is what we are going to deal in the criteria. And next one is, some days may be winter than others, the sun doesn't shine at night, and droughts may occur for periods of time. There can be unpredictable weather events that disrupt these technologies. Fossil fuels are not intermittent and can be turned on or off at any given amount of time. So at any given time, not amount, we can't measure it in amounts, it is at any given time. So here one thing you can observe, this one is, the sun is not available at the night, or so the morning time we are getting a rain completely, or some changes in the atmosphere like that. So then we'll have the problem, but fossil fuels will be our control. But initially so what is the mindset of the human? It will be like, which is very easy, we'll go for that one. So we can't explore that one or things, or at least we can we can think differently so that we'll get the new technology with the best thing. Initially, it may be difficult, like the mobile phones, we come up with a solution, and also right now we are getting lot many ideas. Like that, we must start with one thing so that we can come up with the better solutions in the future. Next one is the storage capabilities. How we are going to store that energy. This is the main point what we discussed in the first slide, that most of the time the government also must take the initiative to store the energy where the people is going to produce and all the things. So the storage problem will be there because a lot of electricity is produced. How much the particular or the particular what we call it like storage unit is going to handle, how much we are going to produce. So suppose the complete day in the summer in India will get lot many of hot much of the solar energy. So then we can produce ample amount of power. But where we are going to store it? That is the main reason here. You must be careful enough, and also we must be collaborating with the government. And also right now I have said one example in the Europe countries, because they are selling their power produced in their house of utilizing to the power grid, and also government will pay you back based on the rate per unit. So this is the things we can overcome. So the storage difficulty is discussed here. And also next slide, when we are going to discuss it, here the geographic limitations, because in Russia or in some other places in Africa, we can see lot much of the sunny areas and also all the things. But here, where comes the wind? So here we call it as the geographic limitations. So the United States, so right now we're discussing about the United States, but in the coming future, because a lot of research or the things are going to carried out in that, so that's the reason we have prepared that the particular topic in the based on the United States. And also next one is, so these are the 4 drawbacks what we can write. So here we can call it as limitations of RES or limitations of NCS. And here you can observe one thing, renewable energy has more benefits than drawbacks. Renewable energy has more benefits than drawbacks. When it comes to the renewable energy, the positives outweigh the negatives. Okay, obviously we can deal that one. And also here you can see that one will not help you to save money, but also promote a cleaner and healthier environment for the future. This is more important for us. That's what I'm telling. Initially we may struggle, but in the coming future or for our next generations, we are able to provide the best opportunity for them and also better environment for them, so that we can get the improvement slowly. So in the next slide, we are going to deal with the what is the various energy resources of the world. Right now we can see this all data is coming in the stats only. So renewable energy sources have the potential to provide 3078 times the current global energy needs. 3078, just imagine it, 3078 times. So here you can imagine that one. So here you can see that one, energy sources of the world. We are having 200 times of wind. Lot of empty places are there where we can generate the power by using the wind energy. And next one comes the biomass and the geothermal. Next energy is the earth. And the third one, so here you can see that biomass is 20x, next the geothermal is 5x, and next the marine means the waves, tides and all the things is 2x, and next one is the hydro. So in the bottom you can check it out, this all things are there in the solar only. One point you must observe, all the things are there in the solar only. The big line of yellow thing is nothing but the sun. That is the replication of this one is the sun. So sun is having 28,000. So here, hello? Okay, now right now we are going to deal with this. So here we are having, so here you can see the sun, we are having solar 2850 times. So out of 3078, 2850 is the sun. So the major thing we are going to implement or we can focus on that one is the solar energy. So this is the main strategy. So if anybody is able to draw this diagram and indicate that one, this itself tells the stats. Okay, clear? Okay, coming to the next slide. So here we are dealing with the hydropower and all the things. So this all is nothing but the classification of NCS. Classification of NCS right now we are familiar, and also what is the difference and also we are going to deal with. So this all slides will be seeing that one, what is hydropower, what is solar energy. Clear? So here, what is the hydropower? What is the solar energy? Itself indicates energy in water can be harnessed and used. And here, energy from the sun in the form of solar radiations. And here you can check it out the similar different points. If any doubts will come up in the tomorrow class, we will be explaining that one. Because today, yesterday I was telling you, we will be dealing with definition, limitations, and criteria. But we have come up with the classifications. So the classifications will be there. So that I request everybody once go through the criteria for assessing the potential of NCS. It will be covered in the last classes because everybody must go through that one beforehand before my topic is covered in the class. Okay. So in the third class, if anybody is going to tell that one or not, I must able to complete the topic. So that's the reason I am giving one more chance for you to complete the criteria for assessing the potential of NCS. So right now we are going to deal with the classification and then the comparison of these two. So once this two is over, and also in the next class, if you are dealing that, and if one exercise will be there, based on that, the complete syllabus is over. Based on the 4 to 5 classes, the syllabus will be completed. Okay, and the notes will be here only. So in the PPT, don't worry about the notes. The PPT itself is the notes for you. And also I'll provide you the PDFs also for you, and also the video links. You can go through that and understand the topic in your own way. Okay. Now coming to this, and also if you are moving to the next slide, we can see different comparisons. Right now in this slide, we are seeing that hydropower and solar energy. So here, what are the mainstream of thermal technologies, and also what is the wind energy? Airflow can be used to run the turbines. So the wind turbines range from 600 kilowatts to 5 megawatts. So this is the main point what it is trying to tell us. And also the turbines is 1.5 to 3 megawatts are most commonly used. Areas where winds are stronger are more constant. So the wind flow must be constant. So if the wind is coming for suppose like 1 hour, and also like the next half an hour it's not coming, or next 2 minutes it's not coming, so it won't be very effective. So the areas where the wind energy we must utilize is where winds are stronger or more constant. And next one is long-term technical potential of wind energy is believed to be total 5 times the current global energy production. So here this is the technical content what we are dealing. So today we'll wind up the class here because it's already reaching like 25 minutes, and also we'll go for the live classes where we'll show the videos of the solar energy, videos of the wind energy, videos of the hydrothermal energy, videos of the geothermal energy. Right now you are told about the definitions and everything was good, but tomorrow, at least no one has covered the topic of criteria. So tomorrow I request everybody to go through that criteria topic. After this comparison and classification, we are going to deal that one in the class number 4. Okay, clear? And also here in the class 5, we are going to review what is happening, or also till now what we have covered in the classes. Okay, tomorrow homework is what? Criteria 1, only criteria 1, or you can take one more day also because criteria topic is very important. And also I request every student to go through the topic, till now what you have covered. Clear? Okay, ma, thank you all.